If someone had told Vanessa Byron that a kiss cam at a baseball game would destroy her marriage, she would have laughed. Not her marriage. Not her husband. Andy Byron, charismatic, successful, charming Andy, the man who held her hand through her father's funeral, who made her breakfast every anniversary without fail, who swore they were building forever. But forever came crashing down in under 30 seconds. It was a Saturday evening. Vanessa was at home, curled up on the couch, sipping a glass of red wine. She wasn't into baseball, but Andy was. He'd said he was going to game with some old college buddies. She trusted him. Of course she did. Trust had never been a question between them, until her phone pinged. A video, sent by 3 different friends. The caption read, "Isn't this your husband?" Flush face, flush face, flush face. She clicked. The jumbotron's bright border flashed "Kiss Cam" across the stadium screen. Laughter echoed in the background. The camera panned to smiling couples, then landed on him. Andy, and he wasn't alone. A tall brunette leaned into him. Familiar, too familiar. At first, Vanessa thought, no, this is a misunderstanding. That's not him. That can't be. Then he kissed her. Deep, eager, like Vanessa hadn't seen him kiss her in months. The crowd erupted with cheers. The woman giggled and tucked her hair behind her ear, a soft, practiced gesture Vanessa had seen before. It was Stella Donovan, Andy's assistant. For 24 hours, Vanessa didn't move. She watched the video on loop. She zoomed in, paused at the exact second their lips touched. She checked the timestamps. Searched Andy Byron Kiss Cam on TikTok. It was everywhere. Over 3 million views and counting. The headlines read, "Business mogul caught kissing not his wife on Kiss Cam." Andy Byron cheating caught live. Friends called. Her sister cried. Her mother asked if she needed to come over. Vanessa said no to them all. But when Andy finally walked through the door, whistling like nothing had happened, Vanessa was ready. "You had a good time at the game?" she asked, voice razor thin. Andy paused. "Yeah, Dodgers won in extra innings. Crazy crowd." He didn't meet her eyes. "You kissed Stella in extra innings too, or was that in the 5th? His face pale like a man stepping into traffic. "Vanessa," she threw the remote across the room. It crashed into the wall with a violent thud. "How long?" she snapped. He blinked. It was stupid. It didn't mean anything. It just happened. On a jumbotron. You just happened to kiss your assistant in front of 40,000 people and a nationwide audience. Andy ran his hands through his hair. It was the kiss cam. Everyone was looking. It was instinct peer pressure. Peer pressure? Vanessa laughed, hollow and sharp. "So now you cheat on your wife because a bunch of strangers cheered for it." For days, Vanessa didn't sleep. She replayed their marriage in her mind, searching for red flags. Had there been signs? That late work trip to Chicago. The Christmas party where Stella lingered too close, the perfume on his shirt, he claimed was from a client's hug. She called her lawyer. Not to file, not yet, but to understand her rights. Andy had money. Their money. Built together. But Vanessa wasn't going to let herself be discarded like a press release. The press had a field day. Paparazzi camped outside their gated community. TMZ wanted an interview. Andy tried to issue a public apology, claiming it was a regrettable moment that didn't reflect his marriage. Vanessa refused to stand next to him in the PR photo. Instead, she posted a simple Instagram story. "Movie camera. When a man shows you who he is on a jumbotron, believe him." The internet exploded with support. Hashtag Team Vanessa trended for 3 days. Women across the country stitched TikToks to the clip, applauding her dignity, her rage, her calm refusal to play along. But the silence between her and Andy was deafening. A week later, Vanessa sat across from Andy in their shared kitchen. "Tell me the truth," she said. "Was it a one-time thing?" Andy hesitated. Too long. Her heart shattered again before he even spoke. "It's been going on for 6 months," he admitted. Vanessa stared at him. 6 months. "She understands the pressure I'm under. She listens." Vanessa blinked slowly. "So I guess my mistake was not being your assistant instead of your wife." Andy looked down, ashamed, but she wasn't done. I kept this house together while you built your empire. I put off my own career so you could travel, expand, grow. And now I'm watching my husband grope his mistress on a kiss cam like a horny teenager. He reached out as if to comfort her, but she recoiled. You made your choice, Andy, and I'm making mine. The divorce papers were filed 2 weeks later. Andy tried to stop her, promised therapy, counseling, flowers, vacations. But the wound was too deep, not because he cheated, but because he did it so publicly, so carelessly, so confidently that he didn't even think twice. Vanessa left the house with only her essentials and her dignity. She moved into a penthouse apartment downtown, started her own design consultancy firm, and slowly rebuilt the woman she used to be before she became Mrs. Byron. When the divorce finalized, she posted one last message. You don't come back from the kiss that breaks your marriage, but you walk forward, stronger, louder, unapologetically free. And that, as the world saw, was how Vanessa Byron ended a chapter. Not with silence, not with tears, but with fire in her heels and freedom in her eyes. The kiss cam caught a moment, but Vanessa, she caught the rest of her life. The ink on the divorce papers hadn't even dried when Vanessa started getting interview requests. Morning shows, women's magazines, podcasts. They all wanted the betrayed wife's story. But Vanessa wasn't interested in being a sob story. She wasn't a victim. She was a survivor. And she refused to let Andy's betrayal define her. So when Elle reached out, Vanessa said yes. But on her terms. The headline read, Vanessa Byron, building an empire after betrayal. In the feature, Vanessa didn't talk about Andy. She talked about her vision, her new interior design firm, VB Living, which was already attracting high-profile clients. She talked about how women needed to stop apologizing for walking away from toxic love. She spoke about reclaiming your narrative, about turning humiliation into motivation, and the public ate it up. Within a month, Vanessa had over 1 million Instagram followers. Hashtag Vanessa Byron Effect became a trend. Women posting pictures of themselves walking away from bad relationships, toxic jobs, anything that held them back. Even her mother, who once told her, just forgive him, men make mistakes, called say, I'm proud of you. For the first time in her life, Vanessa wasn't someone's wife. She was her own headline. Andy tried damage control. He made his public apologies. He posted a cringeworthy YouTube video titled, What I Learned After Losing Everything. He even proposed to Stella in what many assumed was a desperate PR stunt. But it didn't work. His business partners started distancing themselves. Clients pulled out of contracts. Shareholders called emergency meetings. The board wasn't happy. Turns out, the world loved a redemption story, but not when you humiliated your wife in 4K. And when Vanessa became a symbol of empowerment, Andy became a punchline. Late-night hosts roasted him. Memes flooded Twitter. Even Stella dumped him 2 months later, once the money and power began slipping. By the end of the year, Andy Byron's company stocks hit an all-time low. His empire crumbled, the very empire Vanessa helped him build. One night, nearly a year after it all began, Vanessa stood on the balcony of her downtown apartment. The city lights shimmered beneath her. She held a glass of champagne in one hand, her phone in the other. On her screen, a headline that read, Vanessa Byron named among top 100 women entrepreneurs of the year. She smiled, not out of spite, not because Andy lost, but because she won, not just in business, not just in image, but in finding herself again, the fierce, smart, unstoppable woman she had been before the world called her Mrs. Byron. A text buzzed on her phone. It was from Andy. I miss you. Can we talk? Vanessa stared at it for a moment. Then she typed back 2 simple words. Too late? And she meant it. They say betrayal breaks you, but sometimes it builds you. Vanessa Byron didn't crumble when her husband kissed another woman on a kiss cam. She didn't fade into a quiet divorcee with whisper regrets. She became a voice, a movement, a brand. Because when the world watched her husband's betrayal, She made sure they also watched her come back. And unlike Andy's kiss, her story wasn't over in 30 seconds.